Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to talk about natural evil and moral evil, what the difference is between them, and whether indeed people, theists, can blame God for things like we see in the video behind us. All right, things like natural evil, that natural things that cause suffering, that just happen like this. Now, some people believe that God is to blame. We're going to look at that. What are the causes of the evil and the suffering that we see in things like the tsunami, the Japanese tsunami that you see behind you now? And also the kind of moral evil, the kind of moral problems. Why, if there is such a good God, does he allow human beings to cause such massive suffering? Now, we're not going to look at actually the answers to those problems, but what we're going to do is we're going to see how those issues might actually come into the world. What is it that brings in this world that brings about things like the natural disasters that you see behind you? And can theists and atheists alike blame a god or claim that there is no god? And in moral evil, why do human beings cause such pain and suffering to their fellow human beings? And we're going to see what it is that brings those two kinds of evil and therefore suffering because of that evil about.
Hello everyone, my name is Saint Augustine. I am here to talk to you, as I will be throughout this unit, about the evil and suffering. Well, I'm here just today in this video to talk to you about two types of evil: natural evil and moral evil. Well, human beings have put evil into two kinds for many, many, many years now. The first one, natural evil. I'm sure you can all guess that natural evil is evil that comes about because of natural events, things like volcanoes, tsunamis, earthquakes, things like that. You might ask me, sir, but Augustine, Saint Augustine, why are these things evil? Well, many people throughout the centuries have called them evil because whilst they naturally occur, they cause suffering for human beings. Evil is something that causes suffering to human beings, and these things cause mass suffering, as I'm sure you're aware even over the past years that you have been living. Many, many, many humans have lost their lives due to natural evil. This makes people suffer all over the world. However, moral evil, on the other hand, I am sure you can guess, is those evil events that are caused by our morals, what we perceive to be right and wrong. Rapes and murders, stealing and other awful things that happen, and also little things like messing about in lessons and wasting other people's time. Those could be seen as moral evils, evil that comes about because of human beings and their selfishness.
Hello, my name is Irenaeus, and I have come here to talk to you today about the moral evil and how it would have got into the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Pretty reckons I was not from France, I was from Africa, and I would not have spoken like this. But hey, Miss Pretty, what do you know? I spent most of my life in France, so therefore I reckon I would have spoken like this for most of my life. If you cannot understand me, hit the CC button down below, and you'll be able to get the translation. Anyway, moral evil. Well, moral evil must exist because of free will. Now we will be looking at this in other units, but however today I want to look at three ways that the moral evil must have come into the world, and why people reckon it must have come into the world. Well, the first one is moral evil is performed by human beings due to a personal force. Now, many Christians and Muslims believe that this personal force is like a devil. It comes to tempt you in the night and makes you do the wrong things, hiding around the corner and going, "Hey, you, go and do naughty things." And therefore it comes out and you do the naughty things. Other people reckon that the evil is like an impersonal force. It's coming to get you. It's like a seductive thing that comes and it gets you, makes you do very bad things. For example, people who drink a lot of alcohol, they say that it's like they get this feeling inside of them, and they cannot get away from it, and it comes, and it takes over them, and they just have to drink the alcohol, and it's very bad for them, even though they know it is a naughty thing and a wrong thing to do. Many people think evil is like that. You steal because you feel that you have to do it. It's like an impersonal force that comes and gets you. However, the most common reason why people think that evil happens in the world is because people who do the wrong thing have something wrong with them in their psychology. I'm not talking about the petty criminals who just maybe steal a Mars bar from a shop. No, 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 no. I'm talking about people who do the really bad things, like those people you see behind me. They have all performed really horrible crimes that many people believe they are really, really wrong for doing it. Well, they say that it is because they have something wrong with their minds. They have a psychological problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's over to you, as Mr. Tarbaway says, it's over to you. So what do you think is the reason why the moral evil happens in the world? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, au revoir.
Hello, me again. Yes, Richard Dawkins, your friendly neighbourhood person who's going to give you the other side of the argument. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if indeed there is a God and natural and moral evil, well, some people say that natural evil stands out on its own. And the reason for this is because moral evil is obviously caused by human beings. However, natural evil is caused by none other than nature itself. Now, if you believe in the numinous and things like that, and design, in the design argument that God designed the world, then why did God design the world to cause such bad things to happen? God, therefore, if God is causing the tsunamis and the earthquakes, the things you see behind you now, then God is to blame. Now, many theists, Christians and Muslims and other religious groups say that God is in fact punishing human beings. He's punishing them for sins that they have committed, and many people all over the world believe this. However, other theists say, no, it is not that. It is just God doing something we do not understand yet, and we need to have more knowledge of God to enable us to understand what his purpose actually is. Now, however, this is a real problem for theists, this natural evil, these awful things, these tsunamis and earthquakes, because they seem to be out of God's control. God does not seem to be controlling the nature that he actually designed and created. Now, we could be using our knowledge to work them out. Or, and I'll leave you with this one, and as Mr. Tubbs says, it's up to you. Perhaps God doesn't control nature. As perhaps, as I would say, as an atheist, God does not exist. Well, that is the major reason why people in the world do not believe in a God. It's because of natural evil and the suffering of human beings that it causes. An omniscient God would know these things happen, but why would he let it? Would he be punishing his followers and his worshippers, the good people as well as the bad? Why do good people have to suffer? Because of such things as earthquakes and tsunamis and tornadoes, as we see them in the world all the time on the news. Luckily, living in England, we don't get them very often, and that is because it is not God, according to me. No, it is nature itself, that through evolution and the world spinning is righting itself and actually making sure that this planet survives as the people and the creatures and everything on the planet does. So there you go. I'll see you soon, ladies and gentlemen of Droitwich Spa, and hope you're enjoying your study of religion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the question is this. Does moral evil and natural evil, because they both cause such major suffering in the world, do they both sort of prove that there is no such thing as a God? Okay? Or is there some reason, some purpose behind that suffering? That's something that I want you to think about, because it's what we're going to look at in the rest of this year's work, and it's what we're going to look at from now on. It's up to you.